Welcome to another edition of Inside Tulsa Athletics. I'm your host, Rick Couri, and today we're going to go across the board. We'll talk a little cross country, and not just with coaches. We have athletes here with us, and a lot of athletes for you to meet today. We're also going to talk a little bit about ROTC, Junior ROTC, what it means, and what some of the developmental programs that lead into it do as well. Plus, we've got football coaches with us today. We even got somebody who was out in traffic a minute ago. It's all coming back right here at Inside Tulsa Athletics. Stick with us and learn more about Tulsa Public Schools. We have royalty with us here on Inside Tulsa Athletics. No, not me. I'm Rick Couri. It is this young man, Michael Umelo, who is the Coach of the Year, and he's the Booker T soccer coach. Thank you for stopping in. Congratulations on Coach of the Year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That has got to be, were you, I don't want to say expecting it, but you knew your team had a good year. Do you think this was a possibility?
No, I wasn't actually thinking about it. But I was appreciative when I received the message that I was nominated. So, yeah.
Tell me about your background in soccer.
Grew up in Nigeria, playing soccer as a kid, and moved up here during my high school year. I went to Metro Christian Academy High School. Played youth soccer club with Tulsa Thunder Soccer Club here in Tulsa. And from there, went to college and played some professional and semi-pros. So,
Where'd you play in college?
I played at John Brown University, and then ended up here in Muskogee at Bacon College.
So you've had an opportunity to do that. I have to ask, coming from a European game or an African game to here, were you surprised at the level of the game? And if you were surprised, did you think it'd be better or did you think it'd be worse?
Actually, I wasn't surprised either. I watched the 1994 World Cup and saw what United States did, so pretty much wasn't surprised at all.
Pretty good level of soccer then?
Yep.
When you got here, did your style change any?
Yeah, it did change. I grew up where I played mostly street soccer growing up and coming up to more structured environment. So kind of had to adapt to a few changes.
Many times when someone's been a high-level player, they have a hard time being a coach, no matter what the sport, because it's difficult just to tell somebody to go do something that they could naturally do. But there are so many little intricacies in soccer that it seems to me that there's a lot of ways that you can become involved and teach guys better. How was your transition player to coach?
Just like you stated, sometimes it is hard because something that comes easier for you might not come for a player. So you have to be able to take a backseat sometimes to reflect and remember that not everyone gets it quite easy at the first time. But it's a challenge that I think most coaches will say that they go through. So. But we getting coaching education and having to talk to other coaches, you get to be able to understand that you're not alone and you learn from that and adapt. And
so tell me some of the things that for you initially were things you had to work on as a coach. What did you have to get into?
Like for me personally, the technical aspect of the game was huge for me. Having to be able to every time go outside and try to practice some few things that I think I've seen other people, most of them seeing them on TV. I had to go out and try to be able to practice that to be able to get better. But overall, as a coach, it's more about trying to be able to figure out what is age appropriate according to the ages that I coach. I coach club soccer and I coach high school. They're all different age ranges. So it's having to be able to adapt and understand what each age group needs. So it's pretty much those are always things that I try to be able to work and balance every time as a coach.
Do you have a favorite age group?
I always get that question, but I'll be honest with you,
Smart man.
Not really.
Do you enjoy coaching? And I'm I'm going to get to a specific point here. When players are starting, yes, they have the basics because they played out in the backyard like you, but you're doing some very technical work. They get advanced. You're still doing basics, but you're doing more advanced work. Do you have a choice? Do you have a preference of which you like teaching? Are you a basics guy, or do you love getting into the kind of the weeds?
I pretty much like the type of coach that I like to be able to see the work develop. I like seeing the coaching younger age and taking them and seeing them develop more. I enjoy that aspect, the process, more than the end part of it. Some people likes getting older people and just teaching them the tactical. I enjoy working on the technical aspect and seeing the kids progress. The kid that you saw yesterday that didn't understand the left and right, when you get to see them figuring that out, that's actually rewarding.
Well, obviously, it was pretty good because you won a Coach of the Year award. Tell me about your team's year.
Obviously, we got 9 seniors returning this year. Most of them were integral part of our success last year. So with their experience from last year, we're hoping that they can be able to instill that to our younger classmen and continue to be able to carry the Booker T program. The program has always been there before I got there. I know what Booker T's soccer program is about, and we hope that our players, every year we teach them that every year we're there to represent the people that have been there before us and the people that will come after us. So pretty much that's pretty much the way we always look at the program.
There's a lot of history in those always.
Yep.
And not just in soccer, but in every sport over there. You guys obviously make sure those kids know that, right? Yep,
yes, sir. We try to, like Coach Brown, the basketball coach, you can always see what he's accomplished. So having people like that always, give you the challenge to be able to aspire to be able to keep up with them, because it's not just about the soccer, it's just the whole program that we have there, the football, the basketball, the tradition itself speaks volume for itself. So
and your cross country coach, who's going to be on here a little later on. By the way, very nice hat.
Thank you, appreciate it.
That is the soccer coach of the year, Mikey Umelo from Booker T. Back with more Inside Tulsa Athletics coming up.
Hey Tulsans, the city of Tulsa would like to remind you to recycle right. When it comes to items that you can put in your blue recycling card, remember these 4 categories: aluminum and steel cans, cardboard and paper, plastic bottles and jugs, and glass bottles and jars. Please remember that plastic bags, styrofoam, and batteries do not belong in your blue card. Please do your part, and don't forget to think before you throw.
I always wanted to be a teacher in a school, and preferably high school, and here I am living out my dream.
I was going to be able to make a difference. The district is so equitable and lovable to our students.
I chose Tulsa Public Schools because I am Tulsa Public Schools.
I have a lot of students from different cultures that speak different languages, have different traditions.
Tulsa needs teachers like you.
Make a difference in Tulsa.
Apply today at tulsaschools.org/teach
TPS.
We're back on Inside Tulsa Athletics. I'm your host, Rick Couri. You'll recognize this face. Greg Nash is back with us, the cross-country coach at Booker T. How you been, Coach?
Been doing great, Rick. We had a very good season, and everything's going well.
All right, now I see that you guys were the 5A academic champions, so explain what that means.
In the state of Oklahoma, they started this award several years ago. They said that academics is the most important thing for the student athletes, and they start giving out an academic state championship award, and we won. This is, I think, the 5th or 6th one I won in the last 10 years. We won 2 in the last 3 years.
So this is based on their grades during the regular day?
Yes, it's based on the previous semester's grades. So like in cross country, they base it on the spring grades because we haven't had any fall grades. So at the ending of the school year, their spring semester grades, which school has the top average of on a 4.0 regular scale. And Booker T, we have a lot of weighted classes and stuff. It's on a 4-point scale, and we won it. We had a 3.98 or something GPA overall. Takes 7, only 7 top runners that's in the regionals only.
Wow.
It's only 7.
Right. So you obviously have these conversations with these young people, but you're an educator, so you do that anyway. But a lot of times when you get into a sport, someone wants just to focus there. How do you kind of get them to focus on both, Coach?
Well, at Booker T, I mean, we have high expectations at Booker T. And most of our kids are pretty sound kids academically, and they come in at Booker T wanting to be the best. Academics is number one there, and we encourage them each semester, make sure you take care of your grades and stuff, and challenge yourself. That's one of our goals every year in cross country, is to win the academic award. And so we accomplished one of those goals this year, is winning the girls 5A state champion academic in cross country.
That is really outstanding. And I would think as a coach, you're as proud of that as you are their physical performance.
And that's what I tell them all the time. I said, just winning the state championship just in cross country is great, but being an academic state championship is very good, and it's top at everything we do at Booker T. We try to make it our class as we can.
You talked about some numbers earlier. You and I were just having a basic conversation about some numbers in some sports. How have the numbers been for you in running?
Well, our numbers gotten better because I told you the last 2 or 3 years we have top senior classes, and we've been depleted the last couple of years of boys and girls. But like I said earlier, back in the fall when we first started, that we'd have some growing pains going into the season, but we overcame that. We found 7, 8 girls that's pretty competitive, and 7, 8 boys has been very competitive for us. So at Booker T, we're always going to find somebody that's going to be competitive every year. You lose somebody, there's always someone that's going to replace you.
Yeah, and nowadays, you never know. I mean, somebody may be moving in and out, and you also get those younger people. But we know it's really important in sports, and especially, I come from the football, basketball type background. Those people down there at the middle school and lower levels, they've got to be doing the same things. You have to cultivate that too, don't you?
Yes. We have a good feeder program at Carver Middle School that feeds into Booker T. The guy does a really good job over there. And that's what's got us through this year. We found some good young runners from that Carver group that came in and been great for us. And a couple of move-ins we had come in that was surprising me. And, that's why we finished where we're at today,
Did you go down to those coaches and have conversations with them and ask them about, try to get them to do a lot of what you do? Do you try to do that?
Yes. We have coaches that communicate with us and work with us, and our feeder program bringing the kids into to the school, and they do a great job. Carver's got about 8 or 9 good runners this year that I went and seen at these cross-country meets, and that makes a big difference when you have good communication with the middle school coach. You got to be able to work together and have a good feeder.
When do you start actually working with those athletes? Do you just go down and introduce yourself so they'll know? Most of them know who you are anyway, but you want to make yourself a little bit apparent, right?
Yeah, sometimes we go over to Carver and talk to the kids and talk to the coaches. And plus, I see them during track season because they come over and practice at Booker T at our track facilities.
So you get an opportunity to start building a relationship early.
Yes, and a lot of them I coach their parents.
Yes.
Been so long, so I know a lot of those kids' parents and grandparents, and grew up with them, some of them, and so they all know me.
Right. When you look at your team that you think you're going to have moving forward for next year, what do you think?
Going to be solid. We got some solid runners. We had one girl finish 11th, Adela Carter, that came to the last show. She finished 11th in the state cross-country meet, and then we had a freshman, Lucy Gendrich. She finished 18th. That was a surprise, and she came from Monte Cassino.
All right, so you got some things in the back pocket, so to speak.
Yes, we have some things. Like I said before, people will come in at Booker T. Some of these kids will come in and show up, and I didn't even know her, and she showed up to Booker T and said, "I want to do cross country." And I signed her up. And she was 18th in the state, did an outstanding job. We had 4 or 5 freshmen that stepped up and did a great job, boys and girls. So as we build for the spring, we're going to get ready for track season. And those kids will go on with me through track, and some of them will do soccer, but they'll be back in the fall for cross country.
And I'm sure things will go great again. Always good to have you here, Greg. Thank you very much for
stopping by. I appreciate it. Thank you. You do an excellent job. Thank you so much, guys.
You betcha. That is Greg Nash from Booker T here on Inside Tulsa Athletics.
Which one of these items can be recycled in the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart? Battery, steel can, thermos. The correct answer is steel can. Aluminum and steel cans are great for the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart. To dispose of e-waste like batteries, contact the city of Tulsa. Learn more at tulsarecycles.com.
Whether your child is moving from elementary to middle school or from middle school to high school, Tulsa Public Schools is here to help support your family every step of the way. From STEM and fine arts to career tech and athletics, TPS offers diverse programs to inspire and challenge your student. And with our advanced placement, dual credit, and career training programs, they can even get a head start on their career. Help your student find their future at TPS. Enroll today.
We're back on Inside Tulsa Athletics. I'm your host, Rick Couri. We're going to talk to my folks at my alma mater, Nathan Hale, again. As a matter of fact, the head flag football coach is with us, wearing a really nice hoodie right there. That is Rebecca Buirrea. And brought with her Kennendi Patterson, the only senior. You're the old woman, huh? How's it feel to be the old person on the team?
Amazing.
Are you a leader?
Yes, I try to be a leader.
How do you do that? How do you put forth what you're going to do to be a leader?
By staying positive, always having confidence and faith in my teammates, my coach.
You're saying that because she's right there, right?
Yes. No.
Tell me about this young lady.
No, she's an amazing teammate. Again, we only have one senior, so everyone's returning. So it's been a ride and a journey, but every step of the way, she's been very positive, cheering on the teammates. It's not easy all the time getting in play time, but she's very, very positive in that aspect of when a coach gets set in her ways and like get going. But she's always right there just cheering everyone on. And I'm very, very, very grateful for that, for her attitude and how she gives into the team.
Yeah. So, what do you play? What positions do you play?
Yeah, running back, and then she's more defense. So defense. She's a rusher for defense.
Gotcha.
So.
All right. So you said you would strike me as a defensive back, someone who wants to run around and make interceptions. Do you have any interceptions this year?
No.
No, but
she has some good flag pulls though.
I
she
can
gets some flag pulls. So.
All right. Now we were talking about we're getting close to your playoffs. You guys have one game left, and you have a playoff format. You don't have a long season yet.
No.
You just kind of hit your stride, and then things are already to playoff time. How do you handle that as a coach? That's not easy.
No, it's not, and especially whenever we are in the middle of softball and basketball. So, well, not the middle, but we're trying to integrate all the athletes together. So, like we would get set, and then softball would be over. So then we would add more players. So that was kind of hard, but also giving the athletes opportunity to play the game. So, but yes, this is literally going to be our second game that our full team has played together, and it's pretty much our last game. But I'm excited, and the girls are doing great. So, and hopefully everyone returns next year, and she'll come and visit us.
Most definitely.
And enjoy and cheer us on, and just go from there.
And yell from the sidelines, right? Exactly. So how do you feel it's gone this year and the last couple of years? Because you guys had an explosion of people out, as you said, a lot of players mixing in and out, but a lot of interest to come play. How have you seen the growth?
Oh, it's been amazing. I've been saying it since for years, because I used to play tackle football for the Tulsa Threat, and the one thing when I got done playing was how big the game was, and that was right around when flag football was starting to become. And I was telling everybody, like, this game is real. This is for women, and this opportunity that our young athletes have to take that not only to college but to professional, to pay their bills, because not once was I told when I was a kid that sports would pay my bills. They looked at me like I was crazy. So now I'm telling them, like, the opportunity that they have at hand, if they choose to do so, is there, and that is just really cool to see at this time in the game.
What do you want to do after high school? Do you want to go to college and play sports?
Yes, I want to play flag football and go to college.
Is there a place you'd like to go? And how many places actually play in college? Do we know?
Pretty much every day it changes, because everybody's adding it. But some of the players I used to play against in the professional league, they are actually coaching flag teams. Like there's Sid from Oklahoma City. So there's that, and then Omaha and Nebraska. And so it's really cool, the community we have with the women in football, and just getting them integrated into it as well, and just letting them see the opportunities, and it's there if they want to take it, and we support them no matter what.
Well, that would be a lot of fun. And then obviously the good news is if you have some contact with some of those people, you can help your athletes.
Oh, definitely, 100%, yes.
And well, that's what coaches, and that's one of the things coaches are for. People don't realize it's not just coaching. You also have to really promote your athletes to that next level of people. How do you go about it?
By the enthusiasm that I have for the game, I feel like it spills over to them. And so with that, I just try to lead by example with just the love of the game and what it can do for each and every one of these players. So I just hope and pray that that's what they get out of it. So
how do you think you've improved as a player over the last couple of years? What do you think you've gotten better at?
Man, honestly, I didn't really know nothing about flag football. I just was like, I want to do something. So I just decided to come to her class one day and was like, I want to play flag football. And I just started playing ever since. And I got a little better. It just
I'm sure you got a lot more than a little better.
Yes.
What did you really like about it when you got out there and you thought, yeah, I really want to do this? What was it that sold you on it?
my coach.
Oh,
There's some camaraderie out
fun,
there.
yeah.
You get a chance to be part of a team. All those things are big, aren't they?
Yes, that's my biggest goal, is to give them that experience as an athlete, and just, again, that camaraderie of having that team, because right now in society, we don't see a lot of that with this age and here in Tulsa.
Yes.
So, like, just teaching them how to compete on a field, but afterwards we can fellowship and all get along, because it's here in Tulsa and it's blowing up, and this is where it's at.
Well,
right
good
here.
luck,
So,
and I hope things continue to go well. Rebecca Buirrea, she is the
Thank you
head
so
coach,
much.
and this, of course, is Kennendi Patterson, one of our players from Nathan Hale. Little flag football coming back with more here on Inside Tulsa Athletics.
I always wanted to be a teacher in a school, and preferably high school, and here I am living out my dream.
I was going to be able to make a difference. The district is so equitable and lovable to our students.
I chose Tulsa Public Schools because I am Tulsa Public Schools.
I have a lot of students from different cultures that speak different languages, have different traditions.
Tulsa needs teachers like you.
Make a difference in Tulsa.
Apply today at tulsaschools.org/teach
TPS.
Which one of these items can be recycled in the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart? Glass bottle, string lights, ceramic mug. The correct answer is glass bottle. Glass bottles and jars are perfect for the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart, but string lights and ceramic mugs should be donated or thrown away in the gray trash cart. Learn more at tulsarecycles.com.
Back at Inside Tulsa Athletics, I'm Rick Couri, your host, and we are joined by a dude who's just been out directing traffic. Grayland Dunams is here, and he's been with us before. You do a number of things here. Run through all the stuff you do at Webster.
OC for the high school, head middle school football coach, head girls middle school basketball coach, and then I dabble in trying to help out being a security guard and everything else around here.
And apparently a little bit of traffic.
Yes, a little bit of traffic.
But okay, full disclosure, he didn't want to take it off. I
wanted to keep this on. I like to just throw a little style in the stuff.
And I appreciate that. The style is always good. Now, last time you were with us, we just talked a little bit about your team and about your high school.
Yes.
I know that we're coming up to week 10, which is hard for me to believe.
Yes,
in high school football, but obviously looking for that elusive first win. Tell me about your week of practice.
Practice has been a lot easier. It's been a lot more energy, electric. I think everybody wants to get that change, switch, so that way we win this game. The hope is to win this game so we can go into next year with our heads held high, because the district will switch a little bit for us to get a little easier, kind of, sort of. But to get that last win and to be able to elevate off of that helps us a lot.
It does. And, and everything comes from the feeder system.
Yes.
So you've got to be teaching the same things they teach at high school, which has got to be an advantage. But when you're taking a team initially, how much time are you spending with that other head coach and talking about all the things you guys are going to do?
A lot. So before practice, during practice, after practice, just a lot of, man, what can we do better this week or today, tomorrow? Just like yesterday, we had a great practice, but we still feel like we needed to up it a little bit more today. So today's our last day of pass, so we're like, we got to come ready to go, a lot more energy and just a lot more fun.
When you're talking with the middle school kids, they're going to have a career later on. But some of these high school guys, they're going to be playing their last football game.
Yes.
What do you tell seniors?
Just go out with a bang. Be positive. Like, look at it as a life aspect that if you work hard here in football, then you'll work hard in everyday life. If you have a family, you have a job, it's the same thing. It's just you're doing this for fun, but once it's over with, if you get the opportunity to go further, or if not, treat it like a sport, have fun, and do it the best of your ability.
And for all of us, we remember our last game, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you remember about your last game?
My last game was senior night against Gilmer. We did great. Lost by 1 field goal kick. It was at home. But I remember, like I just say, opened the game with a kick return. I scored. It was amazing. Thought we were going to win. lost the game. So I remember exactly how it
Right,
happened.
but it is, you do
Yes,
that. You
I
remember,
do,
you
yeah.
remember all those things, and then letting these young men and young people involved in the program, because there are others, there are trainers,
Yes.
I mean, all these people involved. These will be memories you do hold on to for the rest of your life.
Yes, and a lot of it's hard for kids because they don't believe that until after
Yeah.
you get that text or call like, Coach, you were right. I remember that. I remember this. It's like it's something that sticks with you all. Senior night, last game, first game, always sticks with you for the rest of your life.
All right, so let's switch a little bit, because when we're talking football right there, and talk about basketball. What do you have coming back?
We have, so this is my first year with girls basketball. I have 3 or 4 girls that are returners, and then I got 8 or 9 brand new girls. So for me, it's different because it's a new program for me. So I just got to teach more, so which I love. So just get those girls ahead of the game, caught up to the knowledge of basketball, the ones that never played before.
And that is something you have to do. So you're going to
Yes.
start with the very basics then.
Yeah, so that's all we work on is the basics, just dribbling, a simple layup, shooting around, learning how to pass, just working together as a team.
And then you start to kind of figure out their personality, and they
Yes.
figure out yours too.
Like
'cause-
today we did a little Q&A with each other just to get a little bit more comfortable with each other.
And yeah, because they've got to learn you too, don't
Yes,
they?
as well, yeah.
And so now, as you start to put this basketball team together, are you looking at somebody and going, all right, I think that's a point guard? Are you running them through drills and you're starting to make your picks?
So yes, I do that. I do that every day. I'm like, okay, this is a point guard. I got another point guard. But more is just like, what can they do? What is their strong suit to help them out to get on the court? Or what do they do well at this position or at that position, whether it's defense, offense, scoring, or defending? And I'll let them know every day, like, hey, you do this well, but you need to go home and work on this because you ain't going to get better if it's just doing it with me at practice.
Well, and the hardest thing to do is always to teach somebody too, is not to practice what it is you do best, practice what you do worst. You're already doing the one fine. I mean, you want to get better, but you have to raise the floor too.
Yeah, so the hardest part is just like every player starting basketball is they can't dribble with their non-dominant hand. So that's the one they go, I can't. It's like, no, you can. You don't want to try because you automatically put in your head that mental block of, I can't dribble with my left. It's like, no, you can dribble with your left just as much as your right. It might not be as good, but you can dribble with your left, but it's going to take practice.
Yeah, and it does take a while. There's no doubt. What you find yourself learning as a coach every day too?
Yeah, especially like every day, basketball, football, no matter how many times I watch it, play it, I still find something new every time.
You seem like a guy with a lot of energy, but you've got a lot of jobs. How does that go at the end of the day? Do you just go home exhausted?
No, because I have a 2-year-old, so I got to have energy for him as well. So when I go home, I'm ready to play with my son who wants to play baseball or basketball or go out and kick whatever ball there is out there or ride his bike. So I got to be ready to do that as well. So I got to have energy for him as well.
Well, you hang onto the jacket then, because you may
Yes,
need it
I
out
will.
in the street. Grayland, thanks.
Yes, sir.
Grayland Dunams from Webster. Coming back soon here on Inside Tulsa Athletics.
I always wanted to be a teacher in a school, and preferably high school, and here I am living out my dream.
I was going to be able to make a difference. The district is so equitable and lovable to our students.
I chose Tulsa Public Schools because I am Tulsa Public Schools.
I have a lot of students from different cultures that speak different languages, have different traditions.
Tulsa needs teachers like you.
Make a difference in Tulsa.
Apply today at tulsaschools.org/teach
TPS. Hey Tulsa, we have a crushing recycle play of the day for you. Team Johnson versus paper and cardboard.
They're starting off slow today, probably trying to figure out what to do with those styrofoam plates, since they're not recyclable.
There's the big play we were waiting for. Boom! Completely empty cardboard boxes dunked in the cart. Score big by recycling your cardboard and paper. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
Whether your child is moving from elementary to middle school or from middle school to high school, Tulsa Public Schools is here to help support your family every step of the way. From STEM and fine arts to career tech and athletics, TPS offers diverse programs to inspire and challenge your student. And with our advanced placement, dual credit, and career training programs, they can even get a head start on their career. Help your student find their future at TPS. Enroll today.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics. I'm your host, Rick Couri, and we have an entire bevy of people on the platform with us, including Bart Pinkerton, the Edison cross-country coach. Welcome in. Why did you bring all these ne'er-do-wells? What's happening?
Well, these great ladies for cross-country were third overall at state. We also had the state runner-up, Jade, for second place, and third place, Rio. So state qualifiers just did an amazing job at state this past weekend.
And the last time we had you here, you were talking about what you thought was the future of your program. And obviously that
Correct.
future has turned out pretty doggone well for you.
Yes.
Tell me, going to the meet and to the states, how you were feeling.
We were really confident. The girls have been training really hard. They've really came together as a team. Last year we had some injuries when we made it to state and didn't do as well as they wanted to. And so this year I feel like they really focused in. Their goal was to be on that podium. And they did it. And so they came in healthy. They took their training and their stretching and foam rolling, serious to make sure that they were healthy going into state.
All right, so we were going to, I could have you introduce everybody, but we've got a microphone back here, so we're going to meet everybody. Tell us your name.
Hi, my name is Emme Weinstock.
All right, Emme, tell me about this season for you. How did it feel?
This season has been amazing. It's been one of a kind. Previous to this, I've done track 2 years, so cross country has been completely different. But I really love the environment and the coaches, and I've really enjoyed it.
What in the world attracted you to cross country? You said because you'd run track before, but at least there it was flat and you knew where you were going.
Yeah.
So what is it about this that got you?
Basically 2 years of peer pressuring from the coaches. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. What's your name?
I'm Rio Dugas.
And I heard your name a moment ago as far as a state or a state finish. Congratulations on that.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So tell me what got you into cross country.
I've been doing it since middle school. This is my first year on high school track. I'm a freshman, and I knew I was going to go into it, and I didn't know how it was going to be because I really liked middle school track and cross country, but high school cross country is a lot different, I'd say. It's more, I feel a lot closer with our team and the coaches, and I like it a lot more.
Oh, yeah? Probably a little more intense, too.
Yes, it is.
All right. Your name?
I'm Jade Burnett.
All right. Tell me about your season.
Well, I'm a senior, so this is my last year with these girls, and I was really happy to run how we ran this last weekend.
So as a senior, going into that meet, did you feel a little extra responsibility?
Oh, yes. There was more pressure, but I was glad to use it towards how I ran into my performance.
Pressure is a privilege, right?
Yeah.
That shows that you've earned something right there. So when you went into the meet, were you feeling good about this group overall?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Now that you look back as a senior, what would you say are the things that you learned that were most important in this program?
To keep trying even when it gets really hard, because cross country, everyone just thinks it's just running, but obviously it's not. I mean, we put in everything just to do how well we did this weekend at state. So.
All right. All right. So now the Queen Wave. All right, what is your name?
My name is Madison Webb.
All right. So Madison, give us the wave. Come on, Madison. Yeah, there we go. Huh? She's been practicing that for a long, long time. All right. So tell us about your year.
This was my first season doing cross country. I ran track one season last year, so running is all really new to me. It was really, really fun. I didn't think it would be that hard, but it was really hard, but I got through it and shaved 3 minutes off my original time. And
wow.
Yeah, it was really fun.
That's impressive. That's really impressive, taking 3 minutes off. What is harder about, I mean, it kind of seems obvious that running across ground and stuff that's not solid, I mean, it is solid, but it's different, and so that alone is a little harder. What else about cross country makes it harder?
The mental capacity. Like, you think you can't do it, but you can. Just thinking into yourself, like, just get past the finish line, you sprint this last 100 meter, you can do it, have a little saying in your head. That's what helped me.
All right, let's pass it on. Princess, wave that right on over. What's your name?
Okay. Hi, my name is Doblado, and I'm a senior. I've been doing this since middle school, and this team has taught me so many great things and great memories. We've been through the lowest and the highest of ours, but yes, state was awesome because we had our expectations and we did drive through them.
For a senior, what is it you want to leave? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind for your team?
I guess showing that not every single team, showing the expectation that teamwork makes the dream work. So working as a team and with communications and overall every person in the team makes great. It's not only running could be an individual thing if you want it to, but thinking about others and like showing compassion towards others can help with getting to your overall goal.
Outstanding. All right. And your name?
Hi, my name is Eileen Murillo, and I'm also a senior.
Oh, so another one. So tell me about your year. Did you expect going in this was going to be as good as it was going to be?
Yes, coming in, I came in with a lot of high hopes because last year we were pretty good too, and I knew this year was going to be great. My season went pretty well. I got to finish my last year of cross country with a PR, so that was pretty awesome to finish on such a good note.
That is really cool. So take me to the standing there on the podium. That's an emotional moment. What was that like? What were you feeling?
I was feeling very happy and emotional because it was my last year, and I was so happy to be able to leave it because this is my last year also running because I don't do track like the other girls, but it was great to have such a good memory to end it off with.
Well, Barb, it sounds like you've got some lovely young ladies right there who are all really good at what they do.
Mm-hmm. They're great, and they've been a joy to have, and we're going to really miss the seniors who have been just so strong over these past 4 years, and all of them doing middle school too. Yeah. It's just been a great thing to see them grow.
They even said they liked their coach.
I know.
How about that?
But there are other coaches on the staff. So.
We got that on film. That's Barb Pinkerton and the Edison cross country team. Back with more coming up here on Inside Tulsa Athletics.
Which one of these items can be recycled in the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart? Air filter, cardboard box, toy car. The correct answer is cardboard box. Paper and cardboard are perfect for the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart, but air filters and toys should be thrown away in the gray trash cart. Learn more at tulsarecycles.com.
I always wanted to be a teacher in a school, and preferably high school, and here I am living out my dream.
I was going to be able to make a difference. The district is so equitable and lovable to our students.
I chose Tulsa Public Schools because I am Tulsa Public Schools.
I have a lot of students from different cultures that speak different languages, have different traditions.
Tulsa needs teachers like you.
Make a difference in Tulsa.
Apply today at
tulsaschools.org/teach-TPS.
We're back on Inside Tulsa Athletics. I'm Rick Couri, your host. We're going to talk a little junior ROTC. Mr. Ships is here, Raymond Ships. He is from Edison. You can see that right there on the shirt. And it has the Eagle Battalion, and it's got your name on there. We're going to talk about some things that you guys are doing for Veterans Day. First of all, thank you for being back, and remind people what junior ROTC does in our high schools.
Well, junior ROTC, I want to clear a myth right off the bat about junior ROTC. Junior ROTC is not to prepare your kids for the military. It's to prepare your kids for life. So we have a lot of young men and young women, in case in point at my school, that go off and be CEOs, doctors, lawyers, the whole 9 yards. And they become better citizens, but we're not here to put you in the military.
But you are there to learn discipline, teamwork. Of course, you can do that in a lot of team sports too. But there are people that are going to this that either are or aren't involved in sports who kind of need that outlet, aren't there?
We are a family at JROTC, and yes, we need that. We like to think that we are different than athletes. We impact our schools in a lot of ways where we're there for 12 months a year versus a sport might be there for 3. Mm-hmm. And like you said, we're there to teach them initiative. We do a lot of community service. We do a lot of self-service learning projects. In fact, my school is out doing one at the Ronald McDonald House today, and tomorrow I'll be taking kids to the food bank to pack boxes for the citizens of Tulsa.
When you've done that and you get those kids back, either in a room or a meeting or that next event, what kind of things do you hear from them about what they experience?
Well, we always do an after-action review. And when we do that after-action review, we talk about the things they learn, because that's the important process of this, is what you learn from it. It also teaches them teamwork and understand what the importance is of being a good citizen.
Right.
Yeah.
And do they tell you that's what they take away from it when they come back to those things?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, they definitely do. Yeah, they definitely do. And, you know, it also segues into stuff, because you look at, in that program, if you want to go to college, you know, or the service academy, we have at our school, we're one of the 2 schools in the district that have honor unit with distinction. And so in the past, I've had 2 kids graduate from Annapolis, 1 graduate from West Point, and the Merchants and Marines. So, and Dr. Chandler, she'll be in here to talk about that in a little bit, but junior ROTC, it segues to life a lot better than just as important as sports.
Yes, I would think that would be the case. And one of the things you guys are big doing, obviously, this makes sense too, is you're going to be involved in the Veterans Day Parade. Tell us about it.
Well, as a veteran, that's one of the most important times of the year for me because it's saying thank you to our country. And so I take pride in having my kids ready for that big event where we're marching through the streets of Tulsa. In fact, the Veterans Day in Tulsa is one of the biggest in the country.
Right.
And so it's important to me as a veteran to make sure that my kids are ready for that day so we can say thank you for what all veterans have done for this great nation.
You know, it sounds simple enough. You go out and you practice marching, but this is a big deal for you, as you just mentioned. So what kind of work and prep have you guys been putting in to get ready for this?
Well, this week is an all marching week for us. In past weeks, we were only going on Mondays. But as we ramp up for it, we've been marching every day this week. And in fact, today we took a day off of marching, but I made them walk the track for 1.5 miles because that's what we're going to be doing.
Right.
And I have pride in my program, so I want, if I see one of my friends that's a veteran out there, they're going to say, yeah, his kids were dressed and look really good and serve this country the way they're supposed to be.
So it's going to be, now everybody knows the Veterans Day Parade on Veterans Day, so you've got an opportunity to go downtown and see it. You said about 1.5 miles. So how long preparation do you remember? How many days, weeks into preparation do you put in to get ready for 1.5 miles?
Like I said before, we only did it for once, but this week we're doing it every day.
Okay, so it's a couple of weeks and you can be ready for that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then the close order of marching and making sure that you're doing it right. That's something you begin at the beginning with. It's just like learning to get into a stance in football or whatever. Is that something you continue consistently?
Oh, yes, around the clock, because we compete. In fact, Tulsa Public Schools have their Tulsa Public Schools drill meet on the 10th of January, and that's where we bring all the schools in. And we compete and we show off our skills. Marching, spinning rifles, unarmed marching. It's just a whole bunch of things where we get together and we show off our skills that our kids put in.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. You mentioned a couple of people from Annapolis and some from West Point and Merchant Marine. Those kinds of kids, when they come back and talk to you, what do they say they got from ROTC?
First of all, they tell us thank you. Because we show them the way. Like I have kids that go to basic training, we prepare them for basic training. So when they go into basic training, they already know how to do drill and ceremonies. They understand how to do first aid. So it gives them the leg up on everybody else. Not to mention, if they go in there after spending 4 years in ROTC, they go in as an E3, which is a lot more money in their pocket than going in as an E1.
And by that, we can explain that one day, just higher. We're talking about ranks, and that's going to make a big difference there. So at the end of the day, is Veterans Day kind of like a Christmas for you? That's your big day?
It's my big day, but I will tell you, Rick, I have never stood on the outside watching because I've always been in it for the 25 years that I've been in Tulsa Public Schools.
Right.
So it's a big day for everybody else.
Yes, right. But for you too.
I enjoy it, yes.
Yes, I would imagine there'll be a smile on that face.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Raymond Ships. Appreciate having you come back.
Thank you.
See them at Veterans Day Parade. I'm Rick Couri, coming back soon here with some more Inside Tulsa Athletics.
Hey Tulsans, the City of Tulsa would like to remind you to recycle right. When it comes to items that you can put in your blue recycling card, remember these 4 categories: aluminum and steel cans, cardboard and paper, plastic bottles and jugs, and glass bottles and jars. Please remember that plastic bags, styrofoam, and batteries do not belong in your blue card. Please do your part and don't forget to think before you throw.
Whether your child is moving from elementary to middle school or from middle school to high school, Tulsa Public Schools is here to help support your family every step of the way. From STEM and fine arts to career tech and athletics, TPS offers diverse programs to inspire and challenge your student. And with our advanced placement, dual credit, and career training programs, they can even get a head start on their career. Help your student find their future at TPS. Enroll today.
It's Inside Tulsa Athletics. I'm your host, Rick Couri. Welcome back. We're going to talk now with some folks at Central High School. Jimmie Walker is with us. He's the athletic director and the girls basketball coach. How in the world do you have fine time to do both of those things?
Ooh, yeah, it's a busy time, but basketball, I'm gonna be at the game, so it don't matter. It doesn't really matter now, you know. But fall's been kind of busy, you know. high school football, junior high. I also do the junior high. So just volleyball. You have volleyball going on. I'm also the cross country coach too. So.
Jeez, you do that too? They didn't add that to your resume. What do you not do? It might be easier to find that out.
So yeah, but it's been a lot of fun.
How do you segment your day? I mean, you just come in and start with, all right, this is first, whatever that day is?
I teach 4 classes. So I teach, well, my fault, 5 classes. So got a playing period. So I'm always at the games anyway. Right. So before Mr. Gilly left Central, we had talked and he said, you're always at the games anyway, which I go to every football game. I hardly ever miss a football game. Now, junior high, I'll hit and miss their games.
Sure.
But it's planned out, you know, and I got some good help around there. So when you got good help, hey, it's always a lot easier.
But if you're doing all that at that one time, then coaching basketball is not going to be easy. Now, I would think, though, that maybe that, 90 minutes, 2 hours, whatever it is kind of a respite from the rest of the day. Do you approach it like that?
Oh, yes. When 7th hour come, my phone, I turn it on because it's on silent most of the day. But I turn it on. But unless they call 2 or 3 times, that means it's very important. So if they don't call 2 or 3 times, hey, I'll get to you when I get a break. But it's basketball season, so I'm kind of locked in on that, trying to get ready for the upcoming season.
Tell us about your team.
We're going to be young again. Last year we played with a bunch of freshmen, 2 sophomores and 1 senior. This year we don't have a senior. We have 8 sophomores. Matter of fact, 9 sophomores, 2 freshmen, and 1 junior. So going to be some growing pains. We're a lot better than we were last year. We played a lot better in the summertime, but still, when you're playing sophomores and freshmen, you're going to have your growing pains. They still, still developing also body-wise, getting strong, So, and then some of them still growing. So we'll be able to compete. We'll just play hard, compete. That's all I can ask for them. As long as they show up and compete and play hard, that's all I can ask for.
Yep. If you're gonna make a mistake, make it going 110%.
Yes.
How when you got a lot of sophomores, all right? So we're just talking just past freshmen, and I understand how that works. But you got a lot of sophomores. What are some of the harder things to get instilled? Because at every level, there's a little something. You're getting to that next level of something, and it's getting a little bit harder. What's the thing with sophomores? What are they learning the most, you think?
How to be consistent, because if you really think about it, it's a lot of sophomores that play, but not a lot of sophomores that's just a lot on their shoulders to do. They're out there playing like freshmen also, in their freshman year. They're out there playing, which I told them some of y'all wouldn't be playing. 2 years ago, you wouldn't be out here playing with the groups I had. But, it's being consistent every day, showing up to practice, being consistent, going hard, because some of them are little still in that stage of, I think I'm going hard. They think they're going hard, but it's not good enough for the game. And, we did a little JV scrimmage the other day, and they got to see, I played without the junior that I had, so just let all them play. They got to kind of see, what I was talking about. So hopefully their eyes open up. We got a scrimmage this Saturday. We go to Okmulgee and scrimmage Okmulgee and someone else. So we'll see how that goes.
Sounds like your numbers are good, though.
Yeah, numbers are good. I've always had numbers, so I've always been around the 9 to 12, 13 girls. It's just when you got a bunch of young girls, you have to be patient with them. Some of the things, some things I used to do, I can't do right now because, hey, we still at that point of trying to be consistent, showing up every day, working hard, So hopefully by their junior year, they can figure it out. And then you got to wait on that one player. It's always one player in that group that they're talented, but you got to wait for the light bulb. I call it the light bulb to click. So if the light bulb is going to come on their junior or senior year, we don't know. Never know. So whenever that light bulb comes on 2 of them, then
you got a good basketball team.
Yeah, you got a good really basketball
really
team,
good
but
basketball.
You can't rush. As coaches, sometimes we want that light to come on right away, but you can't rush the process. It is what it is. So you just keep on staying on them, and that's it. Just staying on them and making sure they show up every day ready to go.
Learning to practice is
that's
such a big deal, but that's part of that consistency you're talking about. go in that practice hard every day. Do you think it's harder teaching basics nowadays because there's so many highlights on TV and everybody just wants to be the highlight? They want to go right past the basic and they want to go be that highlight.
It depends on the kids you have. Like, they all want to shoot threes. Most of them want to step out there and shoot threes and jump shots. And I'm like, you got to make a layup. You know, that's the part of it. It's one of my players, and she's always watching highlights and all that. But she's always wants to shoot. She wants to shoot the threes and the jumpers. But I need you to make a layup consistently. Before we move to that, let's go to make the layup consistently. Let's make the 15-footer consistently, and then we'll talk about the 3-pointer.
Yeah, I think we probably all get to be that way. Jimmie Walker, thank you for coming. I appreciate that.
It.
He is the athletic director. He teaches. Well, you heard it. He does everything over at Central High School. Back with more Inside Tulsa Athletics coming up.
Hey, Tulsa, we have a crushing recycle play of the day for you. Team Johnson versus paper and cardboard.
They're starting off slow today, probably trying to figure out what to do with those styrofoam plates, since they're not recyclable.
There's the big play we were waiting for. Boom! Completely empty cardboard boxes dunked in the cart. Score big by recycling your cardboard and paper. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
I always wanted to be a teacher in a school, and preferably high school, and here I am living out my dream.
I was going to be able to make a difference. The district is so equitable and lovable to our students.
I chose Tulsa Public Schools because I am Tulsa Public Schools.
I have a lot of students from different cultures that speak different languages, have different traditions.
Tulsa needs teachers like you.
Make a difference in Tulsa.
Apply today at tulsaschools.org/teach
TPS.
We're back on Inside Tulsa Athletics. I'm Rick Couri, your host, and we get to talk to a doctor. Dr. Sylvia Chandler is here. She is the post-secondary readiness. You're manager of post-secondary readiness. Right. Explain what that means.
So what that means is as I push into different schools to assist them with college career fairs, whether that's doing an ASVAB, bringing in military service academies, also doing college visits and supporting students through their counselors, college and career readiness advisors, as well as their administration.
That is a big title. That's a lot of stuff to handle. How in the world do you funnel all that? You must have different departments. Do you compartmentalize a day of the week? How do you do it?
I go according to my calendar. And then I work through my department, which is the post-secondary readiness department. We work together in tangent to help these opportunities become alive for our students.
And so when you say readiness, I mean, obviously when most people think of readiness as just college, but we're also talking about many other things in life as well. It sounds like there's a lot of programs involved in this. Is there a number on that?
No, there's not. And it's continuously growing. So no, there's not a number.
What are some of the more important things you think you cover immediately with these students who are getting ready to transition out of high school?
I think the first thing is that new graduation requirement, which is through Zello, where students have to have a plan before they graduate. So that means they need to be going to the military, having a job, or they're going to college. And that's one of the graduation requirements that we require for our students to have. And through Zello, students can have career exploration through their program, and they learn more about themselves, their strengths, their weaknesses, as well as the colleges they can attend, or any branches of the military that they would like to go into. But this program also gives students an overview of what other opportunities are available to them.
Tell me about the program. What does it do? I mean, how does it work?
So it works where students log in through their Clever, and then they go to Zello, and through Zello, students complete career exploration tests. They also are matched with colleges, universities, and careers. And from there, they meet with their counselors or their college and career readiness advisors or any mentors or administration to discuss their dreams and aspirations.
That's really cool. So in other words, I bet there have been young people who have come out of there that didn't have any idea that maybe this is something they were interested in, which sounds kind of funny, but that they were also going to be good at doing. Have you had a lot of people come out of there with kind of light bulbs over their head?
Yes, I've had some conversations with students and they like, I didn't know I could do that. And I say, it's okay. We all learn on the fly. But when we put pedal to the metal and with pen and paper, when they see it, it makes it more a reality for our students.
And it gives them confidence too, doesn't it? Because something's just told them you're going to be good at this. And they need to hear that at that age, don't they?
Yes, they do.
All right, now I want you to tell me about Service Academy Day. What does it entail?
Yes, so this is our second year having a Service Academy Day here at Tulsa Public Schools. Our main purpose is to let people know that there are other options besides going just to, having a job or going to college. But during our second annual Service Academy Day, which will be January the 24th, to be at Wilson from 10:30 to 1:30, we'll be bringing out all the service academies, which is West Point, Navy, Merchant Marine, Coast Guard, and Air Force. And we have cadets there as well as families. And then we also have 4 students currently serving at those entities, 2 at Navy, 1 at Air Force, and 1 at West Point. And during that time period, students and families will find out information about how to apply. Now keep in mind, students that are juniors, this is their year to apply. So that's why we have the Service Academy in January. And it is a very rigorous process. So that's where we ask for any juniors who are interested in going to service academies to attend. But we also open up this opportunity to 6th through 11th graders. Well, it's open to 6th and 11th graders. And in that time period, they will also find out that students can get tuition paid for. They can get their medical and dental paid for, get a stipend, living expenses. And not only that, if students are student athletes, they can compete on the collegiate level. And in tying that back to what First Sergeant Shipp stated, is that we do have 2 honor units here in Tulsa Public Schools, which is Nathan Hale and Edison. And those 2 schools can nominate students for the service academies. So those students need to listen to that information and make sure they reach out to their JROTC representatives at their schools.
Yeah, because something you just said is so important. I don't think people understand the nomination thing, that you need that, and that can be something that kids go off looking for, and having those opportunities to those places, that's a big deal.
Right, it is, but you want to make sure you do everything in order.
Yes.
So that's why it's very essential that they reach out to their ROTC reps and attend our event on January 24th, and they'll get a plethora of information there. And there'll be breakout sessions where they can actually ask each individual service academy any questions that they may have. But we're just having this opportunity to debunk the theory that Sergeant First Class Shipp stated, is that students have to go to the military to be in JROTC, which is not the case. They're building character and they're building leadership within our students. So we want to make sure we get that message out to our families, because I, as a counselor years ago, thought that. But once I started being in this job, I learned that that is not the case and being exposed. So the main thing is just making sure we're accurately educating our students and our families.
All right, so once again, it's going to be the 24th. Give us the times and the place.
It's January 24th from 10:30 to 1:30 at Wilson Learning Academy, which is over off of 11th Street. So if you're interested in going, you can contact me at chandsy@tulsaschools.org, and I can get you the information.
So there you go. That is simple enough. Thank you very much for explaining everything, Dr. Chandler. That is very nice. Dr. Sylvia Chandler talking about that, not only that Appreciation Day, but all the other things they do there at Tulsa Public Schools. Back with more Inside Tulsa Athletics coming up.
Whether your child is moving from elementary to middle school or from middle school to high school, Tulsa Public Schools is here to help support your family every step of the way. From STEM and fine arts to career tech and athletics, TPS offers diverse programs to inspire and challenge your student. And with our advanced placement, dual credit, and career training programs, they can even get a head start on their career. Help your student find their future at TPS. Enroll today.
Hey Tulsans, the City of Tulsa would like to remind you to recycle right. When it comes to items that you can put in your blue recycling card, remember these 4 categories: aluminum and steel cans, cardboard and paper, plastic bottles and jugs, and glass bottles and jars. Please remember that plastic bags, styrofoam, and batteries do not belong in your blue card. Please do your part, and don't forget to think before you throw.
Well, I hope you had as much fun as I did today on Inside Tulsa Athletics. I'm Rick Couri. You'll join us again next time. We'll talk more, but this time we found out great stuff about the Edison cross-country team and their finish, the Booker T cross-country team, academic champions, about junior ROTC being in the Veterans Day Parade, among other things here. I'm Rick Couri. I want to thank Ricky Bolin, who's our camera operator, and Dennis Burns as well. Join us next time we do another Inside Tulsa Athletics.